Okay, so currently we are in first place in La Liga, 6 points ahead of Atletico Madrid, who have an extra game in hand. Now, in the Copa de España, we will be playing Real Betis. But first, we have our game versus Athletic Club in La Liga, and we're going to rotate here. So we are going to take off Lamine here, and we'll put in Ansu Fati. And we'll also we'll switch him first though with Nico Williams. But then we'll also take off Araujo for Kubarsi and switch them and Inacio. And that's going to be the two substitutions that we make, or two changes. Now they started off with the ball here, and they're on the attack here, but Kubarsi holds them off as a Balde gets the ball. And now we get this over to Koundé, but Koundé is going to hit that off the back of his heel. And he can't get the ball from Adeyemi, who pushes it out far. But he does make up for it with a great tackle there. Now they have a throw in here. Gavi gets the ball, but Koundé is going to lose it. And that's going to go out. But no, they managed to keep that in. And they're on the attack here. Adeyemi with a shot, and that's going to go in for the first goal of the game. Just 11 minutes in. Now we're going to pass this to Nico Williams here. We're going to run down the line. We're going to pass this to Simmons, but that's going to be intercepted there. Now Šeško has it here. We're going to pass this over to Ansu Fati. And now we're going to take the shot, but that's going to be blocked. Now Kubarsi with the header there. But they get the ball still, and they're on the attack here. Now Garutska has it. Gets it over to Sunset, who takes a shot, and that's going to go in for the second goal of the game. And that's like 15 minutes after the first. Now Nico Williams is running down the wing here. Managed to keep the ball there. We're going to get this over to Šeško, who takes a shot, but that's going to be saved. Now they have the ball here, but Inacio with a great tackle there. Now we're going to pass this over to Ansu Fati. And we tried to get that over to Šeško, but Ansu Fati keeps it. Takes a shot, and Ansu Fati scores our first goal of the game to put us one back. And now Sunset has the ball here. They're going to get this to Dejalo, who's running on the wing here. Beats both of our players there. Crosses this over for Adeyemi. And that's going to go out for a corner. Now, Balde wins the header there, but they take the shot, and it's going to go out. But now we get this over to Kubarsi from the goal kick. And that's going to be intercepted by the keeper. That was a bad pass. And Adeyemi gets it, but Inacio with a great interception there. We're going to get this to Simmons. Get this over to Ansu. Takes a shot. And Ansu Fati scores his second goal of the game just before halftime, as he managed to equalize with 2 goals from him. And he's doing really well this game. But now Adeyemi has it here. Crosses it over for some reason. And now Dejalo gets it. Gets past Balde. Can Kubarsi get the ball here? Kubarsi with a great tackle there. Gets it over to Gavi. Simmons has it. And we're going to pass this over to Šeško. Get this over to Ansu. That's some great passing play by us. We're going to take a shot here. And Ansu Fati scored the third goal of the game to put us 1-0 in the lead as he completes his hat-trick in the first half. And Ansu Fati is doing really well this game. Might have to use him more. As we cross this over to Ansu. Cuts it in. We're going to get this over to Šeško, but that's going to be saved by the keeper. We should have just taken a shot with Ansu. He did manage to get past the defenders there. Now Pedri misses the tackle there, but Kubarsi with a great interception, but he misplaces another pass there. They're going to get past Balde, but Kubarsi with the tackle. Now Ansu has it here. We're going to pass this over to Šeško, who managed to get past the defender there. We take a shot, and that's a great goal by Šeško, as he slots that into the bottom corner. Now they're going to kick off here, and Šeško just couldn't get the ball there. Dejalo has it, gets it to Adeyemi, who's going to run past our midfield there, but Inacio with a great tackle. So we get this over to Simmons, and we're going to try and get this over to Šeško. We're just going to pass this, but he's going to get tackled right before he can make the pass. Gavi with a great tackle there, though. Now they're on the attack here. They're going to cross this over, and Balde just clears that out. It's a good clearance by Balde. Now they do have a throw in here. Adeyemi's going to throw it. Now he still has the ball, crosses it over. Inacio gets the header out, but they get it to Unai G, who's gonna score that. And that sucks, as there's nothing we could do there. But we are gonna sub off Balde, who's really tired. Then we will also do, I think, Zubimendi for... Actually, no, let's do Araujo for Koundé. Then switch him and Inacio. And Inacio for Santos, since Inacio does play left back. Then we will do Zubimendi for Kubarsi. And then I think we'll do Fermin. Not Daniel, Fermin, I meant. Fermin for Simmons. And then Vitor Roque for either Shesko or Ansu. Nico Williams is like full energy, so we'll do Ansu. And now Fermin has it here. And we're going to pass this over to Shesko, who gets this over to Vitor Roque. Vitor Roque's past the defender, takes a shot, and that could have been a very fast goal for Vitor Roque, scoring just seconds after he comes in. Now Pedri has it, gets it over to Nico Williams. We're going to pass this over to Shesko, takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by the keeper there. And they're going to cross this, but Pedri with the interception there, gets it to Shesko. We're going to pass this over to Fermin, takes a shot, and that's a great goal by Fermin, who scores the goal that seals the victory for us to make it 5-3. That's a great shot by him as it goes into the top corner there. And I do have a free kick here. And they're going to cross this in. Araujo's going to get this over to Vitor Roque. But that's going to be the end of the game, as we do manage to win 5-3. And now Ansu Fati was our best player that game with 3 goals with 3 shots. So he got 100% shot accuracy. Now we're going to face Valencia, and that's going to be a 0-0 draw here, followed by a 3-1 win versus Villarreal, with our entire front 3 scoring goals. So that's good for us. Now we have our game versus Real Betis in the Copa de España, and we are going to sub off, I think we'll just do Inacio for Kubarsi, and that'll be the only change that we make here. Yeah, that's the only change. Now we get this to Nico Williams. Gonna get that over to Balde, as we get that to Pedri. And we're just gonna pass this over to Lamine if we can, but we couldn't, so we're gonna get this over to Shesko here. Tries to get that to Lamine, but that's gonna get intercepted there. We're gonna cross this up over the defense to Lamine, who managed to win the ball. And we're just gonna pass it to Simmons. We're gonna take a shot here, but that's gonna be saved by the keeper. But Nico Williams can't make the shot there. Gets saved by the keeper. Now they're on the attack here, and Kubarsi has the ball here, and we're gonna try and take the shot, or not take the shot, take the defender. But now Koundé gets this over to Lamine, and we're just gonna cross this over to Nico Williams. Nico Williams, can he get the ball? And he does manage to hold off the defender as well. So crosses over to Shesko, who scores an amazing header. And that would have been a penalty had he missed, since Nico Williams got taken out just after the cross. That's a great cross by Nico Williams, though. Heads it straight into Shesko. Now they have the ball here, and they're just passing it around. And Nico Williams is injured, so we might have to take him off if he doesn't walk the injury off. But now they have the ball still, and they're on the attack here. Araujo with a great tackle there. Gonna get this to Koundé. Over to Pedri. Now we're gonna get this over to Nico Williams, who can get a goal. Takes a shot, and that's gonna be a goal for Nico Williams, who did get rid of his injury. Probably just hurt finger or something. Now they have the ball here. Isco is gonna pass this over to the defender. Slide tackle with Koundé, or not Kubarsi, but that's going to be a bad tackle by Kubarsi, and he's going to get sent off. Thought there was another defender back there. Thought that would have been at least a yellow card. But we are going to miss Kubarsi now, which is not that good for us. We don't do good when we play with just 10 players, since they just go full out attacking. Balde tries to get the ball there, and they are going to score that just after we get Kubarsi sent off. So we are going to have to make a change at halftime. But now we're going to... Simmons has the ball. Gets this to Gavi. We're going to take a shot here with Shesko, but that's going to be saved. Now they're on the wing here, and they're just going to dribble around there. Raho with a great tackle there. Now Simmons, Kunde with a great header there. Lamine has it here, and we're going to try and cross this in if we can, but we can't, so we're going to take a shot here. Takes a shot, and that's going to be saved by the keeper there. That is going to be the end of the first half though, but we are going to make some changes here. We're going to take off Yamal for Ansu, and we're going to switch him and Kubarsi. So we still keep our 4 defenders. Then we're going to move Simmons with Kubarsi and switch him and Nico Williams. And that's how we're going to play, just without an attacking midfielder, since Simmons does play left wing. So we still have width. But now they're going to be attacking a lot here since we are missing a player, as they do get that through. And that's going to be a goal to tie it up there. That is unlucky for us. Now Pedri has it and gets it over to Nico Williams. We're just going to run this up down the wing here. Nico Williams can potentially get an assist here. We're going to pass this over to Pedri. We're going to try and take a shot here if we can. We're just going to pass this over to Šeško, but that's going to be intercepted there. Now Pedri has the ball here. We're going to get this to Balde. Balde can go all the way down here. And we're just going to cut back here. Get it to Šeško, but that's going to be a bad header. Now Xavi Simmons wins the ball here. We're going to take a shot here if we can. Takes the shot. And that's a great goal by Xavi Simmons, who managed to win the ball from the loose header. Gets it to Balde. But now Simmons down the wing again here. We could potentially get another goal here. Now we're going to try and get this to Šeško, but he wasn't open to get the ball. Get this to Gavi though. Get this to Nico Williams. We're going to take a shot here if we can. Or takes the shot, but that's going to be saved by the keeper. Now Kunde has it here. We're just going to get this over to Pedri, and then we're going to take a shot, but that's going to be another save by the keeper. As we do get this to Simmons here. We're going to pass this over to Gavi. We're going to take a shot here. And that's going to be a great shot by Gavi as he manages to score our 4th goal of the game. So even with only 10 players, we are still managing to defend and score here. And now they're on the attack in the last minutes of the game. But Ansu with a great tackle there. Still loses the ball. But it's probably going to be the end of the game right here. And yeah, so we do manage to win 4-2. But now we have our game versus Alaves, which we are going to sim. Now it's going to be a 3-0 win with Simmons, Pedri, and Araujo scoring. So 3 different scores. And we do have our Champions League game versus Bayern Munich. But we are going to sim the first leg and then play the second. So we're going to sim this game right here. That's going to be a 3-2 win with Nico Williams scoring 1. And then Brian scored 1 as well. And Lamine scored 2. And so Brian actually scored 2. We're going to play our game versus Atletico Madrid though. So we need to win this to keep our winning streak going. So I don't think we've lost in a while here. Now Simmons has the ball here. Almost loses it there. Managed to hold off the defender. Šeško could not get the shot off there. Now Simmons has the ball. Gets this through to Nico Williams, who's running down the wing here. We can get this over to Šeško. But that's going to be cleared by Lenormand. But Simmons has it. And we're just going to get this over to somebody if we can. But nobody's over there for a pass. But Lamine gets it. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Lamine, who scores on what I think is his 2nd or 3rd touch. And that's a great goal for Lamine. And they start off with the ball here though. Now Barrios gets it over to DePaul, to Smith. Now Alvarez is going to pass this over to Llorente probably, and he does. And Llorente's going to get past Balde, crosses over to Lino, who takes a shot, and that's a good shot by Lino. Now we're going to take the shot here with Lamine, but that's going to be a great save by Allblock there. Could have been another goal for Lamine there. Now Llorente has it, and they're just going to Atletico Madrid's probably going to be attacking a lot, so we're going to have to try and score some more goals here. Get this over to Nico Williams, takes a shot. And on the rebound, he scores to make it 2-0 in the 20th minute. So we scored 2 goals in 20 minutes. Now, they're going to kick off here. And Araujo with a great tackle there as we're going to get this over to Nico Williams, but that's going to be intercepted there, and that's unlucky. Now Llorente has the ball here. He's going to beat both Pedri and Balde. Now he's going to probably pass this to Barrios, and that's a great block by Araujo there. Now Llorente is free on the wing here. This could be very dangerous for us. Get this over to Smith. Now we need to make a tackle here, but that is going to be offside there. As we cross this over to Nico Williams, that's a great pass by Gavi. We're going to get this to Shesko, but he's going to lose the ball before he can take the shot. Now we are going to head this over to Pedri, but that's going to be intercepted by Riquelme. Now Llorente is just faster than Balde. Now we need to try and get the ball here. Great interception by Inacio there. And Llorente has the ball again. Just beats Balde on pace there. Now we need to just block the shot here, but your Alvarez takes a shot, and that's going to be 2-1 there as they score in the 45th minute. Now we are going to sub off Yamal here for Ansu Fati, who's doing really well. And we're going to also do no more subs. But Nico Williams has the ball here. We're going to pass this over to Shesko. Shesko's going to not make that pass there. Tried to pass it to Nico Williams. But now Alvarez has the ball here. He's going to get past Araujo, takes a shot. And okay, I thought that was going to go in there, but it went wide of the goal. Now Lino has it. And Alvarez is going to have another shot here, but that's another great block by Araujo. He's blocking a lot of shots here. Blocked another shot earlier in the game, I think, as well. Now Simmons has it. We're going to try and get this over to Nico Williams here. Going to get past the defender, takes a shot, and that's a great goal by Nico Williams to extend our lead to 3-1. Now Balde with a great tackle there, but he is going to lose the ball there, but wins it back again. Now Pedri is going to get this over to Shesko. We're going to get this over to Ansu Fati now. Try and cut in here and take a shot. We're going to get this over to Shesko though. Takes a shot, and that's going to be 4-1 in the 65th minute. And we might win this game as we extend our lead by 3 goals now. Now they're on the attack here, but we just need to just defend this really good. And they're going to cross this over to Barrios, and that's a great save by Mignon there, who has been performing really well for us this season. Now Riquelme gets this over to Alvarez, who gets past Inacio, and that's going to be a bad tackle by Balde. Thought we can make the tackle since he got tripped by Inacio, so I thought we were going to win the ball. We're going to go bottom right here, but Alvarez is going to score that to the bottom left. That's a great penalty by Alvarez as he puts Atletico Madrid back 2. Now we are going to get this to Nico Williams straight off kickoff here. Get this to Simmons. We're going to take a shot here. And Simmons scores to make it 5-3, I think. 5-2 maybe. In the 91st minute, just after they scored. Yeah, it's going to be 5-2. And this game is going to end. And that's a great win for us there. But now we have our second leg in the round of 16 versus Bayern Munich. And we're just going to put our strongest squad here. Balde is a bit tired though, which is not good. But we're going to get this over to Lamine. Lamine has the ball here. And we're just going to dribble past them here. Get this over to Nico Williams, who does somehow keep the ball there after his touch gets intercepted there. Shesko has it here. Gets to Pedri, takes a shot. But that's a great save by, who's that? I think that's Carnesecchi. Now Musiala, Araujo with the interception, but still loses it. And Musiala is down the wing here. Had the chance to sign him this season as well, though. But now Elise takes a shot, and that's not a good first start for us as they managed to equalize on aggregate. Now Lamine has the ball here, and we're just going to try and get Koundé to run here. Get it to Koundé, and we can run all the way up here. Try and get to Shesko, but no pass, so we just shoot it. And that could have gone in though, but Carnesecchi with a great save there. So they get this to Musiala, and we just need to win the ball back from Musiala, since Musiala in these areas is going to be dangerous. Now Pedri comes across here, but Musiala takes a shot as they get the lead to make it 2-0, 4-3 on aggregate though. But now Simmons has the ball here. We're going to turn back here, get this to Lamine. We're just going to take a shot if we can, but we couldn't. So we're going to go through here. We're going to take a shot, but that's going to be blocked by the keeper. And Šeško is going to cause a foul. But now Pedri has it here. We're going to get this to Gavi. Tried to get it to Simmons, though. But now we get this over to Simmons, who gets it to Lamine. And we're going to get this over to Gavi here. We're going to take a shot there. And that's a great shot by Gavi. I think that does come off the keeper, though. But Gavi scores to tie us up 4-4 on aggregate. So in our 2 games, we've already scored 8 goals. Or like in total between the 2 teams. But now Lamine with a great interception there, but doesn't manage to keep the ball. And Musiala is going to try and get that to Kane, but great interception by Ansu. Now we are going to get this to Šeško, who almost loses the ball there. Gets this to Lamine, though. Takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by the keeper again. And Šeško's shot is going to go wide. And man, Bayern Munich's keeper is doing really well this game. To get this to Olise here. And he's just going to dribble there. Now they signed Declan Rice, though, who gets over to Pedro Porro. Now Kane has the ball here. And that's shot by Brian. Is going to go wide of the goal there. Now they are going to cross this over. But Araujo with a great interception there. And Gavi wins the header there. As we send Lamine on a run here. And we could potentially score another goal to tie us up here. Or put us up ahead on aggregate. But Šeško's shot is going to be saved by the keeper. Now Araujo has the ball. Or no, Musiala has the ball. Don't know why I said Araujo. But now Balde has it. No, not Balde. Balde tries to make the tackle, though, to get it. Now Pedri has it. Or crosses over to Lamine. Lamine keeps the ball here. Takes a shot. But that's going to be blocked by the keeper there. Now Koundé gets this over to Gavi. Who gets this to Pedri. We're going to take a shot here if we can. But we couldn't, so we pass it to Šeško. Takes a shot. Keeps it. And takes another shot. And Šeško managed to score to make it 2-2. Or 5-4 on aggregate. And Šeško might have scored what could be the winner to send us into the quarterfinals. But now Kane's through on goal here. Mignon with a great shot, or save. But that's going to go to Brian, who does score that, as we did take out both of our defenders there. But we're going to sub off Balde here for Santos. And I think we're also going to do Kubarsi for Araujo, who is tired here. And then Vitor Roque for Lamine. And we will switch him and Nico Williams' position. Try and get a winner here in the last 15 minutes of the game. Vitor Roque is going to get tackled there. Now we do keep the ball. Get it to Pedri. Now Nico Williams has it here. We're going to get this to Simmons. But that's going to be intercepted by Declan Rice. And Grimaldo's on the attack. Now Musiala has it. Kubarsi with a great tackle there. Managed to keep it in as well. But tries to pass it. Musiala is going to intercept that. Gets it to Kane. And okay, Mignon with a great save there. That could have been us out of the Champions League right there. But now Kane gets it to Grimaldo. Gavi with a great interception. So we get this to Simmons. Pedri has the ball here. We're going to get this all the way over to Nico Williams. He has the last attack of the game, probably. Crosses over to Šeško. That's going to be a failed header. But Vitor Roque managed to make that into the goal somehow. And that's a great goal by Vitor Roque, as we do manage to score in the last seconds of the game in what could be our passage through to the quarterfinals. And yeah, it's already 91st minute. And they're probably going to blow the whistle here. And so we do manage to win this somehow. And that's a great goal by Vitor Roque. Manages to control it with his head and then takes the shot. And we will verse Chelsea in the quarterfinals here. It's a decent team there. So I think we can go through. And then we'll be versing Real Betis in the second leg of our Copa de España. And we are currently first place, 10 points ahead of Real Madrid. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. So bye.